Notice the crown chakra is fully alight. This is connecting through your crown chakra. The Hanged Man is always Odin to me, and there is his rune Os. Odin hung himself upon Yggdrasil to receive the gift of the runes.
Odin was a hanged man and a falcon. In this extract from the Poetic Edda, Odin is sacrificed. In fact, he sacrifices himself on the tree Yggdrasil in order to gain knowledge of runes.
Transitions. Because he often comes to us when we're waiting for something. His alternative name is the Traitor because of his connection to the hanging of traitors in medieval times. His element is water, and his planet is Neptune and is therefore connected to Pisces. And even though his alternative name gives hints of punishment, this is a very special kind of hanged man. First of all, he's hung by the ankle and not the neck, and his face is calm. He looks pretty happy for someone in a what seems like very uncomfortable situation. And he's given a halo. And while the halo and the cross that's created by his leg often make him connected to Christ, we can also think of him as a representation of the Norse god Odin, the hanged god.
The Hanged Man is a tarot card that is typically associated with sacrifice, surrender, and letting go. It depicts a man suspended by one foot from a tree or wooden beam, with his other leg crossed behind him and his arms either tied behind his back or folded across his chest.
It's a pleasant day to begin an adventure. Now, yeah, we got a lot of things to say about the Fool card sometimes, and we can get into, little predicaments, which is possible because, we don't really think about things. We just wander right on into them, but
overall, I liked looking for images that link different characters from the tarot. So this one here, as well as this one, we've got Death and the Fool. And it's unsurprising to see them together because they are both depicted so often in popular.
Card 0. The Fool. Upright. Our key definitions are radical trust, optimism, good faith, blind faith, friendliness, and eagerness.
The image on the card shows the Fool wandering toward the edge of a cliff while his dog tries to warn him that he's about to run out of land to walk on. The cliff represents the unknown.
The Fool is a risk-taking card. It is time to take a risk with your fans on a new adventure. However, the Fool is also a crazy trickster, and sometimes this card is a warning against being too foolish. It's tough to have it both ways. The answer may not be logical or follow conventional wisdom, so you must follow your insight and intuition. Be careful. Pleasure-seeking, playful, and sociable card. If you are looking for new love, it is a great card to inspire your romantic adventure. Create your online dating profile, take some big social risks, and put your beautiful self out into the world. The Fool can be read as a person inexperienced in love.
Trial, the defense team is filing a new motion to allow their Odinism theory to be introduced. Attorneys for Richard Allen say Abby Williams and Libby German may have been part of a ritual killing, but they need the special judge's permission to share that theory with the jury. They filed a new motion this morning, citing testimony from the state's witnesses to allow their theory in trial. They say the crime scene shows clear signs of ritual murder, pointing to a branch of Norse paganism called Odinism.
The theory of Odinism that was floated by the original defense team. They've now been reinstated, but they said in some of their filings that they believe that white supremacist members of this Odinistic cult are responsible for the murders, and I asked him about that, and here's a little bit of what he had to say.
Idle thing.
I asked him about
and
that,
it's scary.
and here's a little bit of what he had to say.
In what way?
I thought it was hocus pocus. I honestly didn't. I'd never heard of it. And the more I got into it, that's a real thing. It is a real thing, and it's scary.
In what way? Well,
I believe they sacrificed a girl and killed another one. Some of the people that live in Delphi were very brazen about their Odinistic beliefs on their Facebook pages and other social media.
Delphi murders. So far, he has never been charged, but Kline was arrested in August of 2020 on 30 charges of child exploitation and pornography. In the transcript of that 2020 police interview with Kline, just a few days after the bodies of Libby and Abby were discovered in Carroll County, another school-age girl gave her address to the Anthony Shots profile. That girl was getting off the school bus when she says she saw a man in a ski mask looking into her bedroom window. Now, Kline personally knew the girl and her family. And then 5 days later, police raided the home where Kline lived with his father in Miami County. They found over 100 sexually explicit images of underage girls on several devices. Now, in the 2020 interview, police questioned Kline about whether his father had access to those devices. The person behind Anthony Shots' profile was one of the last communications with Libby German before her murder. And after her death, the Anthony Shots profile told another person that he was supposed to meet up with Libby, but she never showed up. But look at what police told Kegan. Quote, "I can honestly sit here and I'm telling you that I do not believe that you killed Liberty." Kegan Kline is not charged with the killings of Liberty German and Abby Williams, as we've mentioned.
Looking at Facebook, has she talked to anybody, or have the girls been talking with anybody, Snapchatting or whatever the kids do today, back and forth, and really didn't find anything. The last message I think we found going out was like about 2:30, which was a Snapchat of a picture of them out there on this bridge on the trail system. And that was the last communication we've had.
Information that we're not sharing, and specific to your question, Raphael, keep in mind that the likeliness, the possibility of more than one person. We're not saying that the voice that you heard is the same as this person here. This is all very complicated, very involved, and as much as we would like to tell you everything, more importantly, we want to solve it.
Do you think Mr. Allen is the man on that bridge?
The judge signed a probable cause affidavit for the arrest of him. I can't wait to tell the story, but today's not the day.
When do you think you can tell that story?
We're going to let the courts decide.
In other words, let them decide when they can release that PC.
Well, and then even then, remember, even then, when the PC is released, due process is still a piece of all this puzzle. And this isn't over until it's over. And that's with the conviction of him.
Are you confident this is your guy?
The judge signed the probable cause affidavit for the arrest of Richard Allen for 2 counts of murder. Yes.
Do you think there are other people involved?
I'm not going to go there.
There's still speculation out there that investigators should still continue to look, even though he's passed away, at Ron Logan, where the bodies were found.
We're going to keep doing what we've done until there's nothing left for us to do. We're going to keep doing it.